Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. It's the only show that can get that spot out of the carpet. I'm your announcer, Tony Partington. Coming up on this edition of The Scope,
we're closing out the cycle. We look ahead to the fall 2013 TV season. Plus, coming soon, hit it or miss it. And your comments. Stick around!
And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey, everybody. The Scope, episode 151. They said it couldn't be done. We've proven them wrong.
How many times do you think that's been your line after you say the episode number?
I counted it 26 times.
That's good that we have a statistician on staff.
Yes.
Statistician on staff. That's a hard one to say. Almost as hard to say as the fall film flam
That's really hard to say.
that we revealed last episode.
It's going to be very entertaining. Adam is back from his secret brother's wedding. Adam, sum it up in one word.
Loving.
Loving.
It's a good word.
It's not the word.
Good choice.
I thought you were going to use the word.
Oh, sorry, I meant Lyme disease.
That's two words, but we'll count it.
Yeah.
It's a term.
The term is good.
Kind of one term. There we go.
I would have picked ambidextrous. That's the word I would have picked for it.
Because
What about you, Jared? What word
Jewish.
is Jewish.
it was definitely not that.
Okay.
There was a burning cross. That's all.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's a bad wedding, man. That's not one I want to be at. Well, Adam is back. Jared is back.
It wasn't our burning. I mean, it was just there.
Just there. Just in,
happened to be on
in the
site.
general vicinity. Okay. And no, did somebody have a fire extinguisher, put it out?
It's Virginia. There's always a burning cross.
Yeah.
Is it like an eternal flame at Arlington Cemetery?
Yeah.
Somebody just has to keep charge of it and just keep it lit?
Yeah.
Okay. They use an accelerant, or how are we keeping this thing going? Is there
It's a miracle.
Oh,
it's a miracle.
I thought there might be like a fuel line or something. No, it's actually a miracle. Okay. Well, now we know where God stands.
Yep.
There we go. But guys, where does God stand on the fall TV preview, 2013 edition for the
We're going to have the definitive answer from on high. No doubt.
I'm sure he will. And maybe a few ghosts here and there as well to sway Adam from his purely non-believer status.
It's been a rough week. The ghosts have been haunting me since that last episode.
I bet they have. Yeah, I'm very excited. This is one of our most beloved episodes ever. We do it every year. What was that all about, Jared?
Little tiny spider. I gave him a shot of air.
And what is he? He clean now or what?
I don't know. He's out of my field of view. That's all I cared about.
Now he's sitting on me, giving me poisonous
the
bites.
ultimate pacifist. Shane. Or Jared. Wow.
I want to build. I saw some DIY plans to build like
a spider trap.
like a spider suction gun, and like use compressed air and like PVC tubes, and you just go up to the spider and go, and it sucks them up into a little canister, and you can take them outside. Not that I'm against.
Well, you
killing
drop them in the poisoned vat.
Right.
I'm not against killing spiders necessarily, but if I can like reach them without having to climb up on top of furniture,
Yes.
hey, great. And then if
I
I
like
can
it.
release them outside where they can go eat bugs, great.
Here's a better idea. You make it like a potato gun. You suck them up, and then you go to someone you don't like, and you shoot them back out at
Yeah.
them.
Oh, okay. Or
Hopefully-
maybe I could somehow work into like I could suck them up and then like launch them out of a t-shirt cannon.
That's
Sounds about right. Yeah.
with a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, so people are excited, and then
Yeah.
they realize the T-shirt.
Oh,
is
now I'm covered in spiders. This is
But
not at
wait.
all what I wanted.
They'll still be okay
It's a
with
T-shirt
it,
for the Minnesota Lynx, covered in spiders.
but they still caught a T-shirt out of a T-shirt can, so they're still going to be excited.
Yeah, because people love free T-shirts.
I think what
Everyone
we're saying
knows
here
that.
is that we're not liable for any spiders that might be on.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So we've definitely got that coming in the show.
Adventures in Spider
Yes.
Disposal.
The 2013 fall TV preview. There are some interesting shows coming up, guys, and we will discuss every single one of them while Adam is reading his NFL preview.
He cannot get enough. It's carrying him through the month of September. It's amazing.
We're already 2 weeks into the football season, and he just still wants to find out what they could do.
Yeah, well, it's tough to start 0-2.
It is tough. Yeah, I cannot believe the Redskins didn't win either of their first two games.
Do you
and their
guys-
quarterback's out for the year.
Oh, he should not have come back so soon.
Do you guys feel like Jay Cutler is one of the most disliked athletes in America?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And why did the Redskins change their name to the Hard-Ons? Why did they go with that name?
They surprisingly unveiled it on opening day. It was very strange.
Yeah.
It's the best.
phallus.
Everyone's watching.
Less offensive than Redskins, though.
Right.
Phallus helmet.
Yeah.
Well,
Funny, they look like Christmas tree ornaments,
the
just like
fact
the
that-
Vikings, Jared. It's that dull shine.
Indeed.
It was the fact that it was a flaccid phallus that made it so disturbing. No one wants to see that.
Oh my goodness. The ghosts are
I
coming
just
for
remember, I
Adam.
just remember my spooky soundboard is still there.
They're for Adam.
Yeah.
And can you believe that Adrian Peterson rushed for 1,200 yards in 2 games, Jared?
That's unprecedented. Never
He's
before
almost
been
halfway.
done.
He's almost halfway there.
He said 2,500 yards, and he's going to take care of it before the bye week.
They're gonna.
It's amazing.
They're gonna bench him after that.
Why would you?
How much are you going to regret all of this entire bit in 2 weeks?
It's also farcical. There's nothing to regret.
Did
It's
you know
satire.
that
Come on.
the Vikings 2014 they're playing a game on the moon? They announced that this week as well.
I thought it was the whole season. It's
They like the
just
lower
1 year.
gravity.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson going to rush for 12,000 yards.
Ponder can actually make it about 22 yards. in the
No,
air now?
he still can only throw it 5 yards, even on the moon.
Very disappointing. He's got a noodle for an arm.
He's always running outside of the pocket, Jared. He's a runner. He's a scamperer.
You can expect more of that this
He's
season.
a little scamp.
Great. Are we just padding it out here?
Yes. Adam yawning, looking down, reading his football. Come on, Adam.
TV. We're talking TV.
TV.
Coming up.
We've also got Coming Soon, guys. It's a big week in Coming Soon.
And the world famous Hit It or Miss It segment.
Always promptly introduced. Perfectly done. With the sounder. Jared worked very hard on the sounder this week, so
Sure.
he's going to unveil it, a world premiere unveiling this episode.
He's had so long to work on it.
No
so.
pressure. Thanks for that.
All right, guys. So let's stop clowning around. Let's get right into the scope 151 after this.
Vitam Interactive presents Rhythms from the Crypt, the best of sudden death.
Can you hear me now? What the hell did he say? Can you hear me? Damn, it sucks to get old. Huh? Damn.
Stand back, I'm playing Pac-Man. I'll play some more Pac-Man.
Featuring 42 tracks on 2 CDs or 1 really big digital download, remixed, remastered, and in some cases completely re-recorded to sound as good as possible.
Places, cameras, bathroom, you're down with PMS? Yeah, you know us. You're down with PMS? Yeah, you know.
Pop pop goes the pimple, Pop pop goes.
My Atari! Turn off all the lights and bask in the glory of a 2-bit sprite.
Rhythms from the Crypt, the best of sudden death is available now on iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, The Fump, Devospice.com, or wherever funny music is sold.
I'm bored.
Hey, everybody. We are back. 151, the scope, fall 2013 TV preview edition. Jared, I have a new invention I want to unveil on the show right now.
Do it.
It's called my self-adjusting V t-shirt. Watch this. Regular V, deep V.
Wow.
Regular V, deep V.
Wow. I'm
What do you
stunned.
think? I'm going to take
I
the
saw
new-
a little bit more of you than I wanted to.
I'm going to take the deep
Gonna be honest.
the technology, Jared, and we're going to use it to our advantage.
You had
Jared,
adjustable V.
Let's be happy he didn't unveil his self-pumping penis pump.
Ayo. It's right on top of that one.
It's self-pumping.
Self-pumping.
I don't even know.
I don't care about that.
Television.
What I do care about is television, guys. We've got a deep season, not to be confused with my deep V, a deep season of new television programs
Wait,
coming
V is
out.
back on ABC?
It is.
Okay.
Wow.
I have tasked my fellow Scope hosts to create a list of fall TV programs, new shows they're looking forward to, new shows they'd like to urinate on, and upcoming shows or shows from previous seasons that are coming back that we cannot wait to catch up on. So let's start, guys.
The urinating are the shows we want to watch.
Of course. And don't forget, we will also be playing our first canceled game where Shane wins almost every year.
Except for last year.
Except for last year. We pick the show to be canceled first, rules and regulations defined later in the program.
Indeed.
Let's start with new shows we can't wait to check out This season, no real access to pilots.
What's up with that?
A few years back, it was a little easier to get to.
Yeah, they put them on iTunes for free.
I don't know. I don't know why
Amazon.
I don't know why you wouldn't do that for every season. Like, put it all out there so people can get excited. Except maybe
they're bad.
Yes. And don't do it for the show that I'm most looking forward to. Let's cover it right now.
I think this is probably number one on all of our lists.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., tying together the movie universe into the television universe, I guess. It's all going to be in the same universe, Jared.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us about Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Jared. What is this? Why are people excited about it? When can we see it?
Well, it premieres on ABC Tuesday, September 24th at 8/7 Central.
Deep V.
You have Coulson. He's back. Clark Gregg reprises his Avengers role in the Joss Whedon drama, despite his death at the hands of Loki in the film, as Agent Phil Coulson, who assembles a team of top secret agents, including Ming-Na Wen, Brett Darlton, Chloe Bennett, Ian DeCastecker, and Elizabeth Henstridge. Colby Smulders makes a cameo in the pilot as Agent Maria Hill, who knows exactly how Coulson was resurrected. And Coulson has a sweet new ride named Lola. I read all that.
Ming-Na is how old, Adam? Carrie and I were talking about this last night.
Not know.
No.
Jared.
Wait, is this episode going to get hate speech also?
Almost guaranteed.
Jared.
I don't know, honestly.
Guess. Give me a guess.
42.
Who? I don't know.
49 years old.
Seriously?
And
Wow.
she is one hot tamale in this, I tell you that much.
Okay.
So this TV show was screened in full at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
People went ape-s.
Of course they would. At
They
Comic-Con.
loved it.
How does the rest of America respond? That's the big
That's a
question.
really good question, Adam. What do you say?
How is Flyover Country going to respond to it?
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
The question is,
people
How
love
are the
people
in-betweeners?
love Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But is this show enough to draw in people that maybe aren't as big?
because it's not going to be like an action show.
There's not going to be Iron Man. Well, it's going to be an action show, but you're not going to get big special effects scenes. You're not going to get a Hulk or an Iron Man
People
or
are just
Captain
gonna be
America.
It's like in the
kicking.
cracks.
You may get some smaller superheroics here and
Yep.
there, but
And-
it's going to be about the guys behind the scenes.
I mean, there are rumors that you might have cameos from some of the movie players here and there.
And
Which
you might have a cameo from Cameo, which would be
Cameo.
very exciting.
And then he'll come in.
Word up.
That's what he'll say. Word up, Shield.
Yeah. It's a code word. Use it. You can't get in the door without it.
Come on, Adam.
So
Start
I have
talking for
not
once in
been
your life.
following anything on this show.
I've tried to stay away. Honestly, I don't read articles. I don't watch preview clips. I want to go into this with as much of a
So what's the
unknown
gimmick?
as possible.
Like they don't have superhero powers. They
It's
are
S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
They're the cops.
They're sort of the cops. They will be investigating superhero type activity.
So it's Fringe.
yeah, I mean it's procedural. So you have a case of the week. There's a mythology.
Is Walter from Fringe going to be on it?
Of course he is.
Oh,
Why wouldn't he be?
I'm excited for it then.
Why wouldn't he be? Joshua Jackson will be there, as will Dawson.
Dawson's back.
What I like about this show,
Probably a good thing is sitcom got canceled.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Jared, what I like about this show
Yeah.
is it's never been done where you have one cohesive universe and whatever happens in the movies affects the TV show. Whatever happens in the TV show affects the movies. It is something that is brand new. It is going to be consistent. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but the fact that they are looking at this unlike what DC has done for years, which is 50 million different pocket universes with DC characters, not completely unrelated.
Is
We'll
the
talk about
Star
what
Wars
they might
TV
be
show
doing
going to
coming
be
up.
the same way?
Say what?
Is the Star Wars TV? Yeah. Is the
Yeah,
Star
it would all be tied
Yeah,
together
yeah.
in Star Wars, but we're not talking Star Wars. We're talking Marvel Universe. Jared,
What's
go.
interesting about this is that the new Star Wars live action show is going to take place between episodes 3 and 4.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
That's off anyway.
it's going to be fun and interesting stories, but you can't really affect what's going to happen in the films. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I hate having to say Marvel. We'll just call it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Let's call it Shield.
S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. S.H.I.E.L.D. is just going to be taking place in the present day Marvel universe. So
Post New York City
Yep.
destruction.
so things that happen on the show could have impact on movies that are yet to come. And that's an interesting idea.
So obviously Coulson could end up being in a movie and just being alive.
True. I've heard he's not going to be in Avengers 2 though.
Yeah, so they'll have him outside of that. But yeah, it's very interesting how they're going to have to balance that interplay. And will it be enough to keep everybody drawn in and make the movies coherent if you have things that are impacting it outside in the television program?
Well, it helps that you have Joss Whedon, who is in charge of both the TV show and the movies, and so he can
Well, isn't it his brother?
His
And-
brother is technically the showrunner,
Showrunner.
Jed Whedon, but Joss, directed the pilot and is overseeing this whole phase of Marvel. So, it's his job to make sure that everything's cohesive and integrated.
So is this going to be a failure, Adam? Is it going to be a moderate success, or is it going to be the biggest show of
The TV show?
Yeah.
I forgot to look at what it's up against because I was only doing it for my
CSI or one of those?
It's up to against some heavy hitters.
I mean, it's another procedural. I bet at first it will
Draw big.
and then I have to imagine it kind of dips down. It's on ABC though, so they don't really have anything else. So it's not like they're going to cancel it.
Yeah, it's ABC, died into Disney. I mean,
Right.
it's got all the sweet spots for them to keep this show going. It would have to be a colossal failure for them
Yeah.
to...
So then they can move it around, or
Yeah.
they could, if it doesn't pull it, they could add more special effects if they really want to. And there have been shows that do special effects that they're not TV or movie level, but they're fine if they want to be all big and actiony. It does kind of stink. So Sony still owns X-Men, right? For the movie rights.
20th Century Fox.
Or 20th Century
Yeah.
Fox, right.
Sony has Spider-Man.
So do they own the TV rights also? Or have they talked
I'm sure
about-
they do, yeah.
Okay. So those characters won't be...
I've heard there is some sort of shout-out in the S.H.I.E.L.D. pilot that ties into other Marvel characters not in the standard Marvel universe. So who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they leave that stuff vague enough, if they ever want to try to cross over at some point, maybe they can. But we talked about this before. We could do an entire episode. Jared,
Yes.
S.H.I.E.L.D., is it going to be popular?
I think it'll be a moderate success. I don't think it's going to blow the doors off, but
Do you?
it won't be in danger of being canceled.
I don't know. I think that you have enough of a fan base where it could be a moderate to big hit. I don't know if it has the legs to continue to do that beyond the first few weeks, like you mentioned. But I think that there's no show coming out this fall that has any more buzz on it than this show.
Right. Now, and we haven't heard reviews past the
Some television
stuff.
critics saw it screened prior to Comic-Con,
Okay.
and the reviews were good, solid, not great. That's what I've heard.
Whenever I read those, I always kind of want the first 3 episodes reviewed.
Yeah.
Just to get.
It's so hard to judge a pilot.
I always pay attention to Alan Sepinwall, and he said it was solid, not spectacular. But
Okay.
I mean, how often are pilots that good?
Right.
So it's a rarity. So we'll see. But I'll definitely be in on that show for the long haul. And I think they say that the Coulson, how he comes back, that's going to be the sort of the season-long arc of mystery. You're not going to find out right away how he came back. So
Cool.
that'll be interesting. So what else? What else do we got going on, Jared? I'll let you talk about another show beyond S.H.I.E.L.D. that you are excited to see.
Probably my second most excited about show. Actually, doesn't premiere until November, but it's
really?
on Fox. It's called Almost Human.
Oh, I have that on my list as well.
Monday, November 4th, 8/7 Central. Not to be confused with Sci-Fi's Being Human.
A lot of human action going on.
In this futuristic cop drama from Fringe's J.J. Abrams and J.H. Wyman, apparently you need to have 2 initials to work for Bad Robot.
That's the key.
Human LAPD officers, played by Carl Urban, are partnered with highly evolved androids, played by Michael Ealy. I don't know if I'm familiar with him. Yes, it's like mac and cheese, except with more lifelike robots and without the awkward dude to remote control them.
I mean, I think it sounds more like Alien Nation.
Yeah.
Than.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, yes, it sounds like mac and cheese because it's the exact same thing from, an android and a cop.
I'm sort of intrigued by the concept of a human and android pairing, and there's a lot of things you can do with androids and how they deal with
They're better than
humanity
iOS.
and
We
stuff
get
like
it.
that. So, and I like Carl Urban. So,
Do you think that Keith Urban will be able to make that switch from country music into acting? Is that going to be
is that Carl's better known brother? I don't know. I think he should stay to restaurateuring, probably.
How much involvement does J.J. Abrams have in the show? Do we know?
Probably very little.
Little.
I mean, if he's executive producers, it basically just
He rubber stamped it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Said, all right.
And it's from his
Yeah.
production company, so I'm sure there's a certain level of quality, but he's busy with Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah.
and so.
So I saw the Fox fall TV preview late at night. They
Yeah.
played it here locally, and they featured this show, and it looks interesting. But I don't know. I think this one is going to struggle a little bit because it is so specifically a genre type that Fox
That's
doesn't
fine.
always do a great job with.
I like shows that are a little bit more specific and less broad.
Sure.
So.
I agree with you. I like them too. Just finding a larger audience is tricky.
The good thing about Fox is now if the X Factor and Idol keep struggling, they'll probably have to.
They'll pull one of those shows. They won't get rid of both of them.
Right, but I just mean they're going to have more time for their real shows.
Unless they come up with an all-new great reality show. Damn it. Yeah, this show, critics were a little less high on, at least on the pilot, than S.H.I.E.L.D., but once again, we all know that with any good show, you have to give it a few episodes.
Yeah.
Adam, why don't you pick the next show that you're looking forward to?
Okay, so there's one called The Blacklist, which is it sounds very similar to Hannibal. James Spader plays a criminal. It also sounds a lot like Dexter, who is caught and makes a deal with the FBI to catch other criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just sounded really intriguing. And James Spader, I feel like he can play that sort of weird, like.
And he's Ultron.
Well, and yes, he's all being so.
Everything is tied into Marvel with us.
Yeah.
Everything.
Indeed.
Will he be Ultron in this show?
Yes.
Is this
Yeah.
is this sort of the lead-in?
Yeah, this is actually in the Marvel Universe also.
Excellent.
So it works out
Excellent.
really well. So yeah, there's like this list of criminals that they've never been able to catch. They have like no leads on them, and so they.
And doughy James Spader's going to help you find them.
Ultron-y James
Gotcha.
Spader is going to help.
Full disclosure: this show made my list of shows I plan on avoiding.
Thanks for the full disclosure on that. We appreciate the honesty.
I know.
Okay.
What else? What else we got, Jared? I think this might be on your list. I'm willing to give Brooklyn Nine-Nine a shot.
It is on my list.
That's Andy Samberg, correct?
Indeed.
Yes.
This is a funny show, a funny cop show.
Supposedly.
Adam, what is it about exactly? Do you even know?
Nope.
Jared, do you know what
Samberg
it's
does.
about?
I have the TV guide summary here.
Give me the blurb.
Parks and Recreation's Dan Gruer and Michael Schur
That's great.
bring you TV's newest odd couple, Andy Samberg and Andre Brower, as an immature detective and his tough by-the-books captain, respectively. Terry Crews, Joel Latrulio, Melissa Fumero, Chelsea Peretti, and Stephanie Beatriz co-star.
A lot of funny people that we don't
Yeah.
recognize their names.
No matter how the comedy does, it's already a winner. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a way better title than the artist formerly known as the 2-2. I don't know what that means, but hey,
Was that the name of the show?
could be.
Early? Yeah, we
The
do we all
2-2, sure.
Do we all have this on our list to give it a try?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, we all love Andy Samberg.
It's on Tuesdays at 7, so it's
Prior to New Girl.
yes,
Is it
I believe
the
so.
new
Or
lead-in?
it's in that block. It's part of their 2-hour comedy sitcom block.
Very, very good. Yeah, we'll give that one a shot. You
Indeed.
guys have anything else on your list of things you want to check out? Because I'm
Something
done.
about hostages sounded interesting, but I probably won't really watch it. That's the Toni Collette.
Toni Collette.
is,
Dylan McDermott.
a surgeon and the president. She's operating on the president, and someone kidnaps her family and says, "Kill the president, or I'll kill your kids." And it's
There's something about this show. It's like it was an old show or something, an old
British show, maybe
that was never picked up here or
Based on
something.
an Israeli series.
Israeli.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
That was never produced.
Never
actually.
produced.
Never
Yeah.
Okay. So we're getting Israel's leftovers.
Of
well,
course.
What's it called? What's that Showtime show with Claire Danes?
Homeland.
Homeland is an Israeli show also.
Yeah.
So maybe that's-
Interesting.
This Hostages is on my list as well. I'm going to give it a shot, and it's only 15 episodes for the first season, so it's not a huge commitment. If it, I don't
Toni
know. I like
Collette is
a
terrific.
smaller series. So
Isn't she? Toni Collette's pretty
she's
terrific.
pretty good. She's pretty good. Although I never really got into the United States of Terror, but
Yeah, me either. What else, guys?
that is it for my
That
list.
was it.
We've covered everything that was on my list.
We
I had
all
almost
have the same things.
at Almost Human, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Hostages, and Shield. Those are the 4 that I'm checking out.
Is it a case where there's just not a lot of great shows to pick from?
Kind of.
And there's a lot of interesting shows that are more mid-season replacement stuff.
Yeah, there's I don't know, nothing about the new NBC comedies on Thursday night interested me at all.
No.
Did you guys look
NBC's
at?
in for another rough year.
Did you guys look
Probably.
at cable for this also?
Not for new stuff.
Okay.
Not for
I
new
mean,
stuff.
because HBO has Stephen Merchant's new show.
Yeah, there's the new Showtime's Master of Sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might
neither one
interest
of
me.
those looked even
Yeah.
I don't know.
that great.
Not great.
But
Well,
I've got some cable shows on my returning shows that I'm excited for.
Well, let's talk about returning shows, Jared. Why don't you hit me with a couple?
Do you want me to do the whole list or just a couple?
Yeah, just start naming stuff
All right.
off. And
well, I'm very excited for the return of Arrow. I think Arrow was a surprising success for season 1, and it sounds like some of the stuff they have planned for season 2 is very
Did you watch Arrow?
interesting.
I did not.
Really?
I heard it got good reviews, like the whole like solid B pluses.
Not every episode was great, but I think they really figured out who they were early on, and they did a really good job. And they're starting to develop at least the TV DC universe on this show. They're bringing a lot of villains from the comic series. The Flash is going to make an appearance before it spins off into its new show next year sometime. And I think they have an opportunity here to build a DC universe on TV, which unfortunately will probably be ignored with the films, which I think is a huge shame.
That's too bad.
They have a chance to, again, look at what Marvel's doing with movies and S.H.I.E.L.D., trying to do a synergistic thing. And DC has the opportunity to sort of do the same thing, but I don't know.
They take a big old kryptonite dump on it.
I just don't feel like they're gonna have any. But whatever. I'll just be happy to have Arrow be successful. Maybe even call himself Green Arrow. It's sort of been teased, and then spin off and do a Flash show. That could be fun. I also have Revolution on my list. I didn't expect this to have there, but I thought the season ended really interestingly, and I'm really kind of curious to see the aftermath. So maybe I don't stick around all season, but I'm excited for it to return. And then American Horror Story Coven. Mm-hmm. Excited for that.
American Horror Story was bizarre last season.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a hot mess.
I wasn't quite on board for the first half, but I think it took off running the second half of the season and finished out interestingly.
Was last season 2 or was last season
2?
3? Okay.
It's 2, yeah. And then Sons of Anarchy. I think, well, actually, by the time this episode airs, I think Sons of Anarchy will actually have already started. But so excited for that show. I love that show.
People love that show too. Beyond
good.
You.
It's very good.
Peg Bundy. Adam, looking at you.
Yeah.
List now.
I'm probably most excited for The League. That is a show, I think it gets okay ratings, but that is a show that's gotten better, not just every season, but I think every episode. And it's been a constant climb up in terms of how good it is. And it started really good too, so that show always surprises me. It's one of those shows where I started watching it with Mandy, and then I just kind of kept watching, and when she realized, she was upset. She was like, "What? I thought we were watching this together." I was like, I didn't think you really liked it."
Sorry, honey.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Hannibal last season?
No, I heard a lot of good
people
stuff.
Everyone said you should be watching.
So
this
I'm
show.
I'm gonna go back to season 1 and then start watching. It's 2014.
Sure.
So by the time it starts, I should be caught up. But yeah, people really seem to like it. So I'm kind of excited to get into that. I really liked The Legend of Korra, which is the spin-off from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I really liked the original show. This one was a good one also. So excited for that. And then I kind of just have some random sitcoms like How I Met Your Mother. I'm excited for it to end. So
I'm
excited
titling it
for that
the
part.
redemption of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Like this is where they need to bring it back and actually regain the glory that they had in earlier seasons.
I'm a little annoyed with the recent Entertainment Weekly issue where it seems like they're just like, oh, this is the greatest show ever, and this is the final season. It's like, no,
the last 2 seasons
you don't want
have
to
been
address
really
the
rough.
fact that it's been really up and down.
Yeah, but whatever. What do you think about the rumor that they might have a spin-off show called How I Met Your Father?
Based on
it's in there based on the character, the mother that they brought in. I think that's actually
just
they
from
could
the
do
other.
it. Yeah, they do like her story up to that point.
It's not a terrible idea.
It isn't a terrible
honestly.
idea.
Huh.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
I kind of like it when people take risks like that.
But
even though I'm ready for the show to be over.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a show? So
Frasier?
No, where it was just the same story, just a different perspective.
Well, it wouldn't be the same story.
Well, okay.
She'd have her own group of friends.
They clearly haven't bumped into each other, so except like a few crossovers.
They did. So that'd be kind of cool too. If you watched How I Met Your Mother, you'd see like those 2 times where they did,
If they could tie it together, yes. What else you got on your list? Let's stop belaboring the point here.
New Girl. I
got
like
New Girl on my list.
I don't
too.
like Zooey Deschanel at all, but I like that. I like everyone else on that show. That show is a great show.
And we
that
get
could
Coach coming back for a number of episodes this season.
Who?
Coach.
He was in the pilot, and then he left.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Then when the show got picked up, he was already on what's the
Happy
show?
Endings,
Happy
which is a
Endings.
shame that show got canceled.
So he's going to come back as a new character.
No, he's coming back
No.
as Coach.
Yeah.
But
His character.
I thought that
No, the other guy
replaced one black guy with another black guy.
it was not the same character.
Okay.
Coach and then Winston.
Yeah. Did they make a joke about how they replaced one black guy with another black guy?
They've talked about that sort of thing. Yeah.
And Parks and Rec. This is Parks and Rec's final season also?
I don't know
They
if
haven't
that's
said
I
that.
don't think that's official, but it feels like, because people are leaving.
Yeah.
Because
Rob
Lowe
Lowe's
and
leaving? I
Rashida
know.
Jones are leaving
Yeah.
after 12 episodes. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sad about Rob Lowe leaving.
Yeah.
I feel like when him and Adam Scott came on that show, it really made it a much stronger show.
My thing with Rob Lowe is that I liked his character earlier on the show when he was less neurotic and more. I don't know. He just seemed like he was the altogether guy,
Yeah.
And then they sort of turned him into this sad sack a little bit, which I didn't like it as much. I liked him just being that boundless ball of energy, kind of like Ron Swanson. Like he's very singular in how he behaves. So, we'll see how it goes.
Without him, we're not going to see Jerry's hot daughter anymore.
That's
Daughters.
not necessarily true.
But Jerry retired.
But they brought him back like as an intern or something like that, right? So the other shows that I have on my list, of course, I've got Walking Dead. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that.
yeah.
Can't forget about that. And I've also got Parenthood on my list, which I know you guys don't watch.
I hear it's good, though.
I
But
do watch it now because Mandy watches it, so I just kind of sit there. And
It's
do
a
my
great,
own thing.
it's a great show, and
good.
this year NBC is actually giving it a little bit more respect. They've given it a good time slot. I think they moved to the Thursday nights, and they might have even given it more episodes, which it's always been a 15 episode show or something like that. So I'm excited to see what they do, and hopefully more people will watch it, and if it keeps to the high standards that it has the past few years.
Awesome.
So now we've got new shows to avoid, guys. We've talked about what we want to see, what's coming, new and old, returning shows. But what about new shows that you'll be avoiding? Adam, we'll start with you.
All right. I've got The Millers.
On my list, Will Arnett's back again with third show in 3 years.
Yeah. I feel bad for Will Arnett.
Yeah, he needs to be a side. He needs to be a guest starring character on a clever show.
Yeah.
He needs to be part of a better ensemble.
Yep.
Yeah.
This show just seems dumb. So
You can say that
The
about
Millers?
all of the ones.
Or no, the next one
The
you're
Millers.
talking about.
Oh yeah,
Next.
The Millers. We Are Men is my
I got
second
that.
one.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's on my list. 4
Jerry
recently
O'Connell.
single guys live together in a short-term apartment complex and become friends. Bleh.
Tony Shalhoub. Enough said.
Yeah.
Is okay? So Jerry O'Connell's in it.
Yep.
Wasn't there that carpool show just a few years ago that was almost the exact same theory? Whatever.
Jerry's been
plot?
in a lot of shows. That guy gets work. It just doesn't last.
Yeah.
Was he in the Geico Caveman?
I don't
was
know.
he?
He was in the
No.
he was in the pilot.
Same season, though, I think. Yeah.
He was in the pilot for the Munsters reboot, which
Oh,
was supposed
right.
to pick up, and
Never even aired, right?
it aired.
Yeah.
did
It's like a
Mockingbird
Halloween
Lane.
special. Yeah,
I recorded it, but never watched it.
Speaking of Halloween, my last pick for people to skip is Sleepy Hollow.
I've got that on my list as well.
I'm sort of intrigued by it, but not enough to watch.
I mean, I like who it. It comes from Robert Orsi,
Yeah.
Orci, whatever, and one of the other Fringe guys, but I don't get it.
Critics panned the pilot pretty heavily, from what I read. Is that it on your list?
Yes.
I've got a couple other shows on mine. Let's do Rebel Wilson's foray into television. That's the Super Fun Night. It just looks stupid to me. Capitalizing on her new fame
From Pitch Perfect.
Pitch
Yeah.
Perfect. She plays a character with an American accent, which seems utterly silly to me. Let her be who she is. And then the other show that I mentioned earlier is The Blacklist. I'm just not a big James Spader fan. It could be a great show. Some of the early buzz on it is pretty good, but I'm just not a huge fan of him. And I think that they even misused him in The Office when he was in The Office.
Sure.
It didn't work for me. So those are the shows that I will be avoiding. And the other shows Adam already mentioned.
I've got a couple that I think I will wait on because of the first cancel, because I think one is yours, and I think I will pick a different one for mine, so I'll save that. The only other one I have on my list that I would avoid is Welcome to the Family. Here's your logline. Cultures clash as two families, one white and the other Latino, must put aside their differences when they learn that their teenage children, just graduated from high school, are having a baby.
Oh.
Who
stars in that?
I don't even know.
Nobody.
It's nobody. It's nobody you know. That's why I didn't even note it down. It's on
Fox News Channel, by the way. So imagine the crazy turns it'll take.
It's part of NBC's new Thursday night comedies, along with the Michael J. Fox show and the Sean Saves the World, I think is the other one.
Michael J. Fox show getting good buzz. But
Yeah, I didn't put that and the Sean one on my list to avoid because who knows, they could be okay, but I'm not going to watch them, nor I'm going to tell you to miss them. But Welcome to the Family, I am going to tell you to miss.
Say, miss it, losers.
And my other one I will save for the next segment.
Which is First Canceled. We do it every year. We pick the show we think that's going to be canceled first. What are the ground rules, Jared? Let's establish
It
them.
is not temporally based. It's not like from when we pick
Not
it.
chronologically based.
Not from when we pick it to when it gets canceled. It is the number of episodes aired.
Yep.
Not produced, but aired.
And these are shows.
And this was a weird one from last year because all of our shows, like yours didn't get canceled, mine got canceled, but it aired all 13 episodes. So it took forever to resolve.
Yeah, and this is one of the other ground rules is we are picking shows that are true fall shows. They're not mid-season. They're not
Right.
going to pop up in November or something like
Right,
these.
and they're new shows.
These will hit by October. All of the shows we're picking, I'm
Indeed.
assuming.
And we'll try to all pick different ones because
right.
otherwise it's not a contest.
So we will start with me.
Go ahead.
I am picking the Fox show. It's already controversial. It's getting human rights groups complaining about it or whatever.
The Asian ones.
Just the Asian ones. We're talking about Seth MacFarlane's first foray into live action. It's Dads.
That was on my list of shows to
It stars
cancel or miss.
Giovanni Ribisi,
Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Two successful gaming entrepreneurs and best friends become tormented when their irritating fathers move in with
Who
them.
play their fathers? Do you have that listed,
I
Jared?
don't.
It's
Sorry.
a couple of famous guys we
Sure.
know. Martin Mull, I think, is one of them.
Yep,
and I can't
I think
remember.
you're right.
I can't remember the other one. So that's my pick. I feel like it's a solid pick.
I think it was my first pick too, but I'm going to pick
This
something
seems
else.
like the perfect Seth MacFarlane demographic show, though.
Possibly. I could be totally off.
But everything I've read on it is just that the jokes are just bad.
Bad.
Do you think
Nothing.
that they'll like say a thing and then one of them will dream and then the
Yeah.
joke will play out in the
Of course
dream?
they will.
Yeah, if there's a fight with a chicken, then we know it's a good show. Go ahead.
Adam will kick it over to you next.
I picked the aforementioned Sleepy Hollow. Like you said, not getting very good buzz, and it's up against. I don't know if these are big anymore, but I was looking at what things it was airing against. and
Adam's really technical. He looks in the counter programming.
Dancing with the Stars and The Voice is what it's up against. So I don't know if both of those shows are still as good as they once were, but I think that they're pretty high up there. So there you go.
Well, Jared, that leaves it to you. We
Leaves it
have
to me.
no idea what you're going to.
My pick stars James Caan. The logline is a former all-star softball player, smarting from a recent divorce, moves back in with her curmudgeonly dad and her young son and ends up coaching her son's misfit Little League team. I'm talking about Back in the Game, ABC on Wednesday. I just don't have any idea how America's going to watch this show. It sounds so bad.
Yeah, it's very strange.
But,
sounds bad.
what's her face is in it. Everyone loves. I don't care.
Raymond?
Leah Remini? No.
Oh no, I thought that. Who's the blonde girl from like the
Rita Moreno?
the bunny?
What?
Oh, Anna Faris.
Isn't Anna
No,
Faris
she's
in
in a
this?
different show. I think it's called. Is it called like Moms or something like
There's
that? or
one called Mom.
Mom,
But
yeah.
that's actually gotten better buzz.
Yep.
So I'm going
Different.
back in the game. ABC Wednesday.
Well, we've got our picks written down. We will log them in the official ledger, and we'll see who wins.
They're official now.
Very official. We have it notarized. We take it to a bank, get some sort of seal like
Indeed.
you would see in
Get some
Game of Thrones.
witnesses to sign.
Yeah.
It's all official.
Well, there you go, guys. That's our Scope 2013 fall TV preview. I think there's some interesting things coming up for us. I think we need to revisit S.H.I.E.L.D. a little bit later to see if it's still holding our attention and what America thinks of it. 'cause
Sounds good.
I'm pretty excited about that. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Scope right after this.
Now, back to Shane. And who are those other guys?
Under the scope.
I agree wholeheartedly, Tony Partington. Who are those other guys? Well, one of them is Adam, and he's here to bring us the news. No, just kidding. He's here to be coming soon. I got Adam all excited, like it was going to be all about him.
I got scared.
I pulled it.
I didn't do news in the future. What?
Adam, what is coming soon in this week of pop culture goodness?
We should do news from the future just to see how accurate we can be. I bet zero accurate.
Zero accuracy. 0%.
Very good chance.
Challenge taken.
All right, so we've got some music coming out this week. 5 for Fighting.
Oh, my goodness.
That's
Finally.
That's the Superman song, right? That's those
I
guys.
Yeah.
can't learn to fly.
There you go. You're adding the Dave Matthews filter to that song, and I like it. Group Love
Group Love. Hot bands.
from here, right?
I don't think so.
I thought they were from here. Something Love is from here. Who's that? Guar.
G-
Love and Spoonful.
Guar has a new album coming out.
Really? Wow.
Those guys keep going.
You can't stop
I
them.
think didn't one of their band members die recently?
Not too long ago.
Well, the nice thing about Guar is that if someone dies, it doesn't matter. You just put on.
Just put something else in the cock monster
yeah.
costume and you're ready to go.
They just sprayed ceremonial blood all over the guy.
Do they
and
play music, or is it mostly
They do
just
have
like
music.
a
It's
thing?
music.
Like
Jared's a big Guar fan. Jared's favorite Guar song.
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I'm not a Guar
That's
fan.
too. It's
Sorry.
He's a huge
He-
fan.
no,
You're a
he's
Guar fan, great.
Such a big,
huge-
such a
not my
big
thing.
Guar fan. He can't pick a favorite.
He
No, they're-
refuses.
It's
to
like
pick.
you're like choosing your favorite child.
Yep.
So I don't know the name of this album, but it's Jack Johnson, and at least from what you have here, it says "From Here to Now to Yo," and
That's what it is.
is it really?
To yo? Really?
To you. Let's just say
you.
to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I want it to be like like YOLO. It's a term.
He's
kids
mellow.
use.
He's a mellow guy.
He's
super
too mellow to use the last letter of a word.
Hell to the yeah.
MGMT is doing that thing where you name your not first album the same as your band name. This is their third album, and so it's also called MGMT.
That's so lame.
Yeah, be creative, guys. Placebo, they have an album. I think they're like one of those like metal rock, new metal
Yeah.
bands. I think
One of your
metal
favorite.
rock. I shouldn't mean
You love them as much as Jared loves Guar.
yes. Royal Bangs,
I don't know.
or maybe the band's just Royal. I don't know.
Can we get some delimiters in here?
No, this is way better.
Let me see it.
Yeah, see,
No, that's a tough one. I think it's Royal Bangs.
and it's only 3 words.
And now
Like,
the YouTube audience can actually watch Shane read the page
Yeah.
and contemplate.
Royal Bangs, their album Brass, or Royal with their album Bangs Brass.
Bangs Brass. I like that better.
Right?
Bangs Brass.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right
the
up there with
Devil
Miley
Wears
Cyrus's album Bangers.
The Devil Wears Prada
Yep.
is a band.
Yeah.
I thought
They've
that
been around
was.
for a long time.
I thought that was a movie.
It is, but they're also a band.
How can you do that?
It's magic. Absolute magic.
The Roots and Elvis Costello.
Yep.
They have a collaboration. Toad the Wet Sprocket. Really?
They're back.
I kind of like.
Something's always wrong.
in the 90s. There were kind of a lot of like they weren't really alternative, but they were still played on the alternative
Yeah.
station. But they were like clearly like your dad's alternative.
yeah, people. A lot of
Yeah.
people hated Toad the Wet Sprocket. I kind of liked them, but
I kind of liked them too.
they were very mellow in that whole grunge era.
Who played that song Gel? That's the other one that
We're back.
is very similar to that.
Gel.
Yeah. Collective Soul. That was
Collective
another
Soul, sure.
band.
Shine. They did a song
Yeah.
called Shine as well. They're a little harder rocking than
Kind of. And Yoko Ono has an album coming out called Take Me to the Land of Hell.
That was going to be my hit. Thanks.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Ruined it.
Movies. Battle of the Year. I don't know if I've heard of any of these. Rush and Prisoners. What
Battle
are
of the Year is like a dance battle movie.
Rush is Ron Howard's
yeah.
Formula One movie.
I'm excited for that.
Me too.
and Prisoners?
Prisoners is Hugh Jackman movie about a kid being kidnapped and how these people are taking vigilante.
Give me back
justice.
my son. Does he say that line
It's
in
probably
it?
something like that. This is another possible Oscar-y type of
Really?
film.
It's based on true
I
story.
don't think it will be, but no, I don't think so. It looks a bit silly.
By the way, possible Oscar is already a thing. So.
oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
DVD and Blu-ray, we've got Bates Motel Season 1.
Yeah.
Another show that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Bling Ring. You guys
Jared
did not
loved
like
it.
that.
I never saw it.
I was disappointed by it.
Glee Season 4. World War Z. Okay, I finally watched that. And I already watched this. WWE SummerSlam 2013, which I actually watched.
Why did you watch that?
I don't know. I was bored and I was building Lego, and Mandy left me alone for an entire evening.
so you got pay-per-view and
I
watched
did
it.
not. I happened to obtain this. That's $60.
That's expensive, Jared.
Maybe 50. It's not good.
You got to have a party and have people over.
I don't understand it. But
It's like a normal wrestling show.
I still watch the whole thing.
Okay. Was Cyndi Lauper and Mr. T there? Because that's
No.
what then I would watch it.
Also, guys don't have like cool, like,
Gimmicks
the
anymore?
bumblebees. It's like just dudes with their names.
Big rip dudes, and they go out and they punch each other.
Yeah. But like, they don't have like, there's no the British Bulldog or anything.
Yeah, there's no good gimmick.
There's
There's
no
no
Jake the
junkyard
Snake
dog.
Roberts,
The guy
right.
doesn't come out with a feather boa.
There's no Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
No.
Leapin' Lenny Poffo. He doesn't throw his frisbees.
Right.
What is going on?
It's dumb.
George the Animal Steel.
Mr.
He's got a green
Perfect.
tongue. Paul Orndorff.
Paul Orndorff.
Bill the Wolverine McKenzie.
Ric Flair.
I just made up a wrestler.
Is that pretty good, Ric Flair, guys?
That's great.
Jared Featherpillow Ringgold.
I love my feather pillows. I come out and beat people with them. Not as, I'm not going to do any harm, but it's more of an act of defiance.
Yeah, but those chairs aren't really doing that much harm, so people would still react to it.
That's true.
They'd get knocked down. You could just say they were full of dumbbells or something. Video games.
Dumbbells.
We're getting to the end of the generation here, guys. We got the Wonderful 101 on the Wii U. I don't know what that is. And
a
Angry Birds Star Wars 2. We are now to the point where we're having iPhone games on our coming soon video game
I know,
list.
it's insane.
Wow.
Wow.
We can do better.
We can do better. And we will do better with our Hit It or Miss It. It's that segment where one of us picks something to avoid or something you must check out this following week. Look, I like Jared's little scamper there.
Yeah.
It's my turn, and
do it.
I'm picking the obvious choice for the week. It is going to be huge. Of course, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 5.
I can't wait for you to play that game and then go out and murder
Then kill people. This game has got it all. This game's got everything. This game has got tennis. It's got bike riding. It's got treasure hunting. Well,
Does it have eating? Do you have to eat in this one?
I don't know if
too?
you eat in this one.
That was San Andreas, so you don't have to do that
It's
anymore.
got all new gameplay mechanics where you are playing 3 characters. You're setting up heists.
Wow.
It's got a radio station that's 80s.
It's got online.
It's got an
Grand
unbelievably
Theft Auto
online. Jared, this game is the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas.
Do I have to play from part 1
No.
before I play
Never.
part 5?
You know what? If you played 3, because there is a character from 3 in this.
Okay.
Tommy, the main character of 3, is...
Pops up in here.
No, he's one of the characters.
Oh, is he?
He's one of the 3 guys.
Interesting. What were you going to ask me, Adam?
If you play tennis and if you make your game online, I will come through and shoot the tennis ball every time.
I don't know if you can do that.
Sure you
Are
can.
you going to buy this game?
Yes.
Are we going to play online together?
Yes.
Excellent. Done, Jared.
Date made.
And I will shoot your
very
tennis ball.
exciting.
You don't go into my tennis game. And
Yes, I can. If you make your game, I'm telling you
No.
what they showed.
You're not.
Why so against it?
Don't shoot my tennis ball.
I'm going to.
Why don't you just return serve?
Well, I mean, after I lose,
Oh,
because
I
you'll
see.
play more tennis than I will. Of
course I will.
I will shoot your
Obviously,
tennis ball. I won't
Shane.
shoot your guy. It's
Okay.
okay. Just shoot the ball.
I think you'll accidentally shoot me.
Probably.
Many times.
That's why I'm excited about this game. It's, you know what? It's not Saints Row, so it's less fun. It's a little bit more serious. But
But it looks incredible.
those guys craft a really good story and a really good world. So I'm excited for that.
The world size is supposed to be like 3 times bigger than
GTA 4.
GTA 4, so it's going to be amazing, Jared.
I'm happy for you guys.
Last game of the generation for you that you're going to buy?
Probably.
Yeah? You're not going to buy the new Batman or...
Well, that's right. That comes out after. I might get that Batman game. But we'll get to that another week, guys. So there you go, Jared. Coming soon. Wrapped up.
Now we do our fall video game preview.
Under the scope.
What are we at on this show? Like 15 minutes, Jared?
47. Our shortest of the 3.
So this is what I love. We do this new format to have shorter shows, and we just make the shorter shows longer and longer.
We have stuff to say.
God damn it. Jared, please, give us a comment.
These comments are from episode 148. It was part 2 of our Ghost Hunting Thomas interview.
Adam's going to be crazy after this.
After I got shut down last time, I have nothing to say.
This one comes in via the emails. Cyrus from Albuquerque writes in and says, "Hey, Scope host, Cyrus from Albuquerque here. Just thought I'd chime in about a slightly spooky experience I recently had.
Okay.
When Shane asked for stories about odd occurrences, I knew this would be perfect.
I did it again, too, by the way.
First, some background. I live in an old house from the 70s. I'm assuming that's the 1970s.
That makes
but
me feel old.
Could be
That's
the
not old.
1870s.
My house.
My house is like in the late 50s.
I guess, you know what? I bet in Albuquerque, a lot of the homes are more recent.
Probably. It hasn't been settled since only the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
He lives there with his girlfriend. I'm not super religious. I just think abnormalities can occur in terms of human energy and such, so I'm naturally skeptical. I swear this house has something going on, though. Nothing malicious, just slowly closing doors and eerie noises. Just 2 weeks ago, however, I was walking into the kitchen and I was just about to step out onto the tile. Half a glass housing on the ceiling fan light broke and fell in front of me. Oh my god. That's crazy. Figure this was a coincidence of timing and bent over to pick up the broken pieces. Right as I was about to grasp the largest of the fragments, it slid very quickly into the wall, as if someone had kicked it. This was the moment I shit my pants and got goosebumps. I hope did you literally shit your pants? I demand a follow-up.
He definition number 2 literally should.
Okay.
Figuratively,
All right.
shit his pants.
All right. I normally don't buy into most of the paranormal stuff, but this was definitely a unique and startling experience. Keep up the awesome work and take care of
I'd like
yourselves.
to get him on the phone and talk to him about that. I have more questions.
We could do it. Maybe we could do a Skype interview.
Yeah. Does he have an extremely slanted kitchen floor?
I don't know. Maybe.
Adam, what do you think about that? Is he lying to us?
No, I don't think he's lying. I think that
He kicked it accidentally,
he
right?
kicks it accidentally. The floor is slanted.
He's a jerk.
There's water on
You
the
think
floor.
Cyrus is a
so-
jerk from Albuquerque?
I don't think anyone that's been on the show or that commented is a jerk.
Except Ron Gerber.
So explain
they-
this to Adam.
Just kidding, Ron.
Since we had our interview with Thomas, I've actually had something happen in this house that I can't quite explain.
Really?
Yeah.
So
it's
tell me.
interesting. So Angie and I are getting ready for work.
Yeah.
A week or so ago in the morning, and she's about to leave, and all of a sudden I have this electric razor that's in my medicine cabinet. All of a sudden it turns on.
Is it plugged in or is it battery
It's not.
operated?
It's battery operated, not plugged in currently. It just turns on, and I'm like, "What the heck is that noise?" And I go and look, and I pull it out, and the razor's running.
Is,
and
it,
they're
is the power switch on or off?
it's like a depressor. It's like a, I don't know what you call those things.
A clicker?
A clicker. It's not. You're not an up or down. It's just you click it and
It
click
turns
it again
on?
to turn off. And this button is mashed down in the on position. I can't get it to turn off. So I have to wait this thing out. Like wait for the battery to die. And eventually the battery dies, and it hasn't happened since, and I haven't charged it again. But I can't explain how that button got mashed down because it was literally sitting in the cabinet for weeks, having not been used.
Did Angie do it because she was angry at you?
I don't know.
Shave your face, bastard.
But it's very strange, and I can't explain it. And I'm going to have to replace the razor because I can't fix this button because it's all like, whoa, my chair's trying to eat me here.
Uh-oh, another ghostly experience.
No, this has happened before. It's like waterproof housing, so it's not, you can't really like get the screws and stuff like that and take it apart and try to fix it yourself. But
Could something have pushed it in accidentally?
no, there's really nothing in the cabinet next to it at all. It's really, I can't. I'm sure there is an explanation for it. I just can't. I haven't been
Or
able to figure out what it
dismissed as lightning.
is. Yes.
Remember those commercials?
Or
Dismissed as
Norelco,
champs.
Norelco, purposely builds their razors in such a way that, after however long you've had it.
Maybe. It's a number of years old, so perhaps it's just designed to fail.
Okay, so I'm turning my head to Adam right now. Adam, what do you think happened?
Okay, first of all, this is a false equivalency. It should not be on me to explain.
You're the doubter.
You're the doubter.
You're the skeptic.
I mean, you're not as tan as me. Look.
We're going to work on lighting for the next series.
It's funny, Jared. It's
All
funny.
right.
You're more right because you're more tan. Is that makes sense. You're,
Don John.
So, first of all, I don't think that I have to explain it because it could be a million different things, and I would say
Maybe not a million.
Okay,
A couple dozen.
I could say it could be a couple dozen things
Air
that
pressure,
are
probably.
more likely than ghosts. Is
Give me one that's more likely.
air pressure. That Jared did press it a little bit harder 2 weeks ago whenever he last used it.
They
and
finally just made a connection, like vibrations in the floor.
Yeah.
Suddenly, maybe.
Jared is a very careful fellow. Everyone knows that.
I don't think it's ghost.
If he's known for
Look.
one thing, he's known for his razor button pushing.
I'll go on record and say I don't think it's ghosts or anything, but it's just something that's unexplained, and I can't figure it out.
UFO?
So, perhaps UFO.
Squatch in the house.
Squatch trying to get lovely for the ladies.
right. That Squatch, he looked at himself in the mirror and he's like, shit.
Would it be sad if he shaved his butthole? I mean, he used it, and that's what he
He was
did?
going to shave down. He looked at himself in the mirror and said, "There's no way this razor can handle it," and he was mad. He punched it,
Yeah.
put it back in, and eventually that contact was made, and it was on.
And he took a pair of Angie's boots and he left.
Yeah. That's why you got fashionable boots. You got to take those.
Of course.
If you're a Squatch.
Squatch loves bacon,
So which is
donuts, and fashionable boots.
what's more likely, a squatch or a ghost, Adam?
I mean, the more likely one is the one that is a mammal, I guess.
So Adam is saying it was a squatch. Jared, how can people get in touch with the Scope?
You can email us at comments@thescopeshow.com. You can call the voicemail line 612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673. Lots of social media ways to get a hold of us.
Yes.
All of these links are over at the website at thescopeshow.com. You can like us on Facebook, join our group on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Tumblr, or subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel where
Yep.
you can see our shiny faces every week or thereabouts when we do an episode. That's youtube.com/thescopeshow. Again, links are at the website.
And disable ad block.
Disable ad block.
Yeah, because ad revenue. It's going to save our bacon, man.
What about our Squatch Ghost channel? If you can combine the two together.
We could do we don't have a channel, but we could do a Squatch hunt on our We can do a special episode for our YouTube channel.
I would
do
just
it.
lay down razors like ET's.
I've got an idea.
Reese's Pieces.
Let's wait in line at Best Buy
Yes.
for that show that we talked
Elementary season 1. Duh.
about. While
On DVD,
waiting
not
for
Blu-ray.
Ghosts and Squatches to come by.
Jared will bring his razor.
Yes. Every Squatch that walks by,
I bet Sherlock
question
Holmes
him.
could solve this. This
Oh,
issue.
he probably already knows.
Oh, Adam's already solved it. It's air pressure. Everyone knows that.
Right.
Air pressure magically pushed a button, mashed a button in, Jared. Mashed it right in.
It's a pretty huge pressure change.
God, I'm so angry at you, Adam.
Hey, do you think magnets aren't real either?
They're not real.
Okay.
It's
And
all
rainbows,
it's
too?
Mirrors.
How does that
rainbows are real. Okay. What do you think unicorns poop?
True fact.
Or urinate? I'm not sure. One or the other. Rainbows in solid form.
Probably wrap this up, huh?
No, let's keep going.
Okay. I want to.
Rainbow Squatch Ghosts, says you. Jared, thank you for producing a great show today.
Excellent work with the video.
Look at him. Look at this picture right there. He's a... Excellent work.
Thanks.
Adam?
I want a hanging mic. That's what it is. You have like this extra layer of gravitas because of that.
What is he looking at?
I'm looking at you guys.
The way you look, it looks like we're sitting up here.
We're
hey!
we're like Letterman.
I gotta
People
work.
don't know
I
that.
gotta work on my camera placement for my thing because yeah. I'm trying. Good grief!
All right, guys, wrap it up. 151 done. We'll see you guys when we see you next. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on YouTube. Later, guys. Bye-bye. Burrito chicken.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment. And Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying, hey though, tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.